Well, we beat a good basketball team. I knew they were going to be well coached. Knew they had some guys that had some experience, and just really proud of our guys for overall effort. It's been a tough stretch for us, and I thought our guys played, really well, especially in the second half of this game, and gave us a chance, and we were able to win at the end.
Give me 1 second. I just gotta end there. Coach, we saw you rely a lot on Demas and Riley at the end of the game to kind of ice it. Was that something that you drew up, or did you just say, go take over, and they did?
No. We want to make sure we put our guys in position to be successful, and we did that. Those are our veteran guards. They're both seniors in the backcourt, and so we want to make sure they understand exactly what we want to get in that situation. As you know, these possessions are so important, and I thought they did a really good job of executing, especially late game down the stretch.
Coach, last game you talked on how this neutral site was going to be a big telltale for the future going into the Big 12 championship tournament and all that. So where's the confidence level after this one?
Well, we're getting better, and that's what you want to see. Each one of these games and each practice, I'm always preaching to our guys, it's all about just improving and getting better. We're learning each other as a team with so many new faces. And I'm excited for what I think we can do, but I know it's a process. We have to take it one game at a time, and we have to have a short memory. This game was really good for us, but we have to think about what's coming next for us, and that's how we have to approach it. That's what mature teams do, and that's what we're looking to do.
Coach, you gained a sizable advantage down low and with second chance points there. Another one where you used your length, kind of like last game. Just talk about what you were able to do there and how that goes going forward.
Well, I thought our guys did a really good job of going to the offensive glass. I thought we had multiple guys, giving the effort there, whether keeping it alive or tipping it or grabbing the basketball. That's what we want to see. We want to see our guys compete, and I think everyone wants to see that in our community. And I thought you saw them compete tonight, and I think they've been competing all season. And that's a sign of a team that has a chance to be good because it means something to them, and they're working hard.
You guys played about a 5.5-minute stretch in the second half without Riley on the floor because of foul trouble. How do you feel like the offense flowed with him out there? What does it do for the rest of the group to be able to go out and close out a victory without your leading scorer available to you?
Well, we talked about our strength being in our numbers, and that means our depth. Just like our school is big, we believe our team is big as far as guys that we have confidence that can come in and contribute. And so when Riley goes down like that, of course, that's tough for us, but we need someone to step up, and that's why we recruited these guys, so that if someone does get in foul trouble or someone does get injured, then hey, we believe in everybody on our team. And I thought, when you have a really good team, a team that has a chance to be successful, you have guys that are capable of doing that. And I thought it showed tonight when Riley was out during a crucial time in the second half, but that was extended 5 minutes or so. You had guys in there, making plays and defending the way we wanted them to defend. And so we were able to do that until we were able to get them back. And we were able to get them back, and continue to finish out the game for us. But I was proud of those guys for stepping in and stepping up.
One of those guys that stepped up, JaMychal Stillwell, another double-double. What does he mean for this team?
He's huge for us. I mean, he's our glue guy. He does so many things for us, both offensively and defensively. He's the ultimate warrior. He's a great competitor, and like I said, he's our leader. And he's one of the guys on our team that makes us go. And so, I'm really happy that he's with us.
Coach, you didn't go more than three missed shots from the floor in a row at any one point. Just can you talk about this team's ability to be able to really get back in the bucket again?
Well, these guys are getting better at getting a feel for each other. I think they've been connecting really well offensively, and I think that usually shows up in our assist rate. And so I'm just really happy that they understand that each one of them have a strength. They try to put guys in position to be successful, and we as coaches try to put them in position to be successful. And then, we recruited them, because we believed in them. And I think they're showing, what they're capable of doing, each game.
You won a challenge just before halftime at the defensive end, won one shortly after halftime on the offensive end as well. So first off, what did you see on those two plays from your vantage point, and then what kind of momentum shift was it to win both of those in those moments?
These possessions are very important at this level, and so whenever you can, successfully win a challenge, that's a possession for your team or a basket. In which case that happened twice to us today. So it was really important that our guys, not just myself, my staff, is what are we seeing as a group? Do we believe that it was correct or we believe it was incorrect? And so we have a quick discussion on what we think, and then of course I have to make that decision. But do we take the challenge or do I let it go? And I thought in both of those cases, that we should take it, and I'm glad that they were successful.
It's a new system, if I'm not mistaken, right? For challenges. So,
Definitely.
you know, how much have you kind of adjusted to it, and what does he think it's doing for college basketball as a whole?
I definitely think it's helpful because, you know, all of us can get it wrong at some point in time. You know, refs are human, so are we. And so to have just an extra set of eyes, the ability to maybe take a challenge and say, let's take another look at that, is something that I think is helpful to our game. I think also the ability to get your timeout back, because, you know, you use a timeout if it's unsuccessful. But the fact that you were successful, which means you get another one, which allowed us to have two.
Coach, you mentioned, you mentioned last press conference how much you couldn't stand loose ball turnovers. Your team only had 11 turnovers total, which is pretty low for standards so far this season. What was that like? Did you notice that the guys were just meshing really well together tonight?
I thought they were better. I'm still going to be upset about some of the turnovers we had because I don't like really any of them, but and my guys know that, so, you know, we're going to continue to keep a high standard in that regard. But they did a good job. I thought for the most part, especially they pressed, they did a lot of different things. They're really long as well. And I thought our guys handled it, you know, fairly well.
Coach, UCF had turnovers against Pitt as well, forcing them turnovers. Then the foul was almost even, but UCF kind of had more scoring fouls on your end. What can you talk about the physicality of this game?
Oh no, the game got physical. You know, it was getting a little chippy. Guys were bumping, but that's college basketball. It's very competitive. Everyone wants to win, and I thought the refs did a good job of managing all that. Maybe not overblowing the whistle, but blowing it when it was something that was obvious, and that's something that you want to see because, as you know, as we continue to play, it's going to continue to get that way. And so our guys did a good job of, you know, keeping their poise and staying within our game plan.
Coach, you've said before about how called Jumble a puppy. They're not on dog yet, and so, but over these past couple of games, stepped up where he's made most of his shots, gotten several rebounds there. Do you feel like he's graduated to dog status yet, or is he on his way there?
You know, he's still working toward being the player that we know he's capable of becoming. He's a guy, I love his upside. You can see him improving, you know, pretty much nightly. And I think he has a bright future ahead of him. So looking forward to see his continued growth because, you know, he has a lot of talent. It just needs to be developed.
That middle second half run, you know, with Riley on the bench that Chris mentioned, it felt like that was like the most vocal point in the game for you, where you were kind of coaching your guys or encouraging them through defense the most. What were you trying to convey in that moment, and why kind of that spot?
Well, I thought the timing was good. I thought we had some good momentum, and I wanted our guys to understand the importance of, you know, what we have to do defensively. Because we scored the basketball, and we've scored it thus far. But, you know, me being this as long as I have, man, to win anything significant, you're going to have to be able to defend. And so I'm really proud of our defensive effort because their stats offensively coming into our game were very, very good. They were very efficient offensively. And I thought our guys did a really good job of limiting them, you know, to, you know, not as many shots, second chance shots, but we did a really good job of taking away the three-point, you know, ball from them. And so I'm really proud of that because I knew it would be a challenge, and I thought our guys stepped up in that regard.
Coach, Coach, they kind of went on a run about 4 minutes left, and there was a timeout called. Immediately, UCF gained momentum back. Was there something that you specifically told to the players, or just, you know, had them lock in?
No, we had to focus and understand the importance of what we were trying to get done out there, both offensively and defensively. You know, our guys, you know, we have, you know, really good senior leaders. I mentioned Jamichael. They understand the sense of urgency that's required. You know, Riley Kugler is growing into his role. Themis folks has been really good for us at the PG spot. And I thought the unsung hero tonight, quite frank, was Devin Cambridge. So he just did a lot of little things that maybe go unnoticed as far as when you look at the scoring and those type numbers. But he made a lot of plays for us, and those are things you want to see. You want to see guys step up in those roles. And you know, he's a guy I thought did a really good job for us tonight.
In or out of basketball, do you have any prior experience with Daytona Beach, and what did you think of the venue and the opportunity to play out here?
You know, I really enjoyed the venue. I really enjoyed being in Daytona. It was a short drive for us, but you know, for our guys to get away from campus and to go play a neutral site game was great. And so I'm sure our players enjoyed it, and I know our staff did as well.
Last question.
You got Quinnipiac in a couple of days. How do you want to see your team follow up this one?
Well, we have to be mature. We have to be smart. We have to, you know, rest our bodies because we've been in a heck of a stretch right now, and rest our bodies and start preparing for another really good basketball team. There's no bad teams in college basketball. You know, you have to earn every single win. You guys hear me say that all the time, and it's not easy. And so we respect all of our opponents, and we're going to prepare that way.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, guys.